Tom was 22 years old. He lived in a small city called Stonebridge. Stonebridge was not a bad place, but it was quiet and slow. Every day felt the same. Tom woke up at 7 in the morning. He washed his face, ate a small breakfast, and went to work. Tom worked in a small office. His job was simple. He answered emails, filled forms, and organized papers. The office was gray. The walls were plain. The windows were small. Tom sat at the same desk every day. He talked to the same people. Nothing new happened. At lunchtime, Tom ate alone. He usually ate a sandwich and drank coffee. He looked at his phone, but there were no new messages. His friends had moved away. Some were married, some were busy with work. Tom felt alone, even when people were around him. In the evening, Tom went home. His apartment was small. One bedroom, one small kitchen, and a tiny living room. He cooked simple food, watched TV, and went to bed. Sometimes he read books. Sometimes he listened to music. But inside, he felt empty. One night, Tom stood near his window. He looked outside. The street was quiet. Cars passed slowly. Streetlights were yellow and weak. Tom sighed. "Is this my life?" he asked himself. He remembered his childhood dreams. He wanted to travel. He wanted to see the sea. He wanted to meet new people. But now his life felt stuck. Tom sat on his bed and opened his phone. He checked old messages. Then he saw a name, Alex. Alex was his old friend. They grew up together. Years ago, Alex moved to a seaside town called Blue Bay. Tom remembered visiting Blue Bay once. The sea was blue and wide. The air smelled fresh. People smiled more. Tom opened Alex's message. It was sent 2 weeks ago. "Hey Tom, Blue Bay is growing fast. New cafes, new jobs, new people. If you ever want a new start, you should come." Tom read the message again and again. A new start. Tom's heart beat faster. His hands felt warm. He looked around his room. Old furniture, old walls, old life. That night, Tom could not sleep. He turned in his bed. He thought about leaving Stonebridge. He thought about fear. He thought about hope. "What if I fail?" he thought. "What if I don't go?" he thought next. The second question felt worse. In the morning, Tom woke up early. The sun was just rising. He sat on his bed and made a decision. "I will go to Blue Bay," he said quietly. The words felt real, strong, final. At breakfast, Tom spoke to his parents. They lived nearby, and he often visited them. "I want to move to Blue Bay," Tom said. His mother looked surprised. "Blue Bay? That's far." "I know, but I need change." His father stayed quiet for a moment. Then he nodded. "Life does not wait. If you feel this is right, go." Tom felt relief. Support made him stronger. That day, Tom started preparing. He cleaned his room. He packed clothes into a bag. He packed his laptop, charger, and some books. He did not have many things, but they were enough. He found an old photo of his family. He smiled and put it in his bag. 2 days later, Tom stood at the bus station. The bus was big and old. People carried bags and suitcases. The air smelled like fuel and coffee. Tom took a deep breath and stepped onto the bus. As the bus started moving, Stonebridge slowly disappeared behind him. Tom looked forward. He did not know what waited for him in Blue Bay, but for the first time in a long time, he felt alive. The bus moved slowly out of Stonebridge. Tom sat near the window. He watched familiar streets pass by. The small shops, the old buildings, and the quiet roads slowly disappeared. His city became smaller and smaller until it was gone. Tom felt many emotions at the same time. He felt excited, but also afraid. His hands rested on his bag. Inside were all the things he owned. His whole life was now in one bag. The bus was quiet. Some people slept. Some listened to music. An old man read a newspaper. A young woman looked out the window, just like Tom. The road became long and open. Buildings turned into fields. Green grass stretched far away. Trees stood alone in the distance. The sky looked bigger than before. Tom rested his head on the window. "Blue Bay," he whispered. "I hope you are worth it." After 2 hours, the bus stopped at a small rest station. People got off to stretch their legs and buy food. Tom stepped outside. The air felt different already, fresher, cleaner. He bought a bottle of water and a sandwich. He sat on a bench and ate slowly. He watched people walk around. Everyone seemed to be going somewhere. Everyone had a story. Back on the bus, Tom checked his phone. No new messages. He opened Alex's old message again. "If you ever want a new start, you should come." Tom smiled slightly. "I'm coming," he said quietly. The bus continued its journey. Hills appeared. The road went up and down. Small villages passed by. Children played near houses. Old people sat outside and talked. Time moved slowly, but Tom did not feel bored. His mind was busy. He imagined his new life, a new job, new people, a new place to live. "What if I can't find work?" he thought. "What if I feel lonely? What if I miss home too much?" Then he remembered how empty his old life felt. "I had to try," he said to himself. After many hours, Tom noticed something new. The air smelt salty. The wind felt cooler. He looked out the window again. In the distance, he saw blue water. "The sea," he whispered. His heart started to beat faster. The bus moved closer. The blue water became bigger, brighter. Waves shone under the sun. The bus entered Blue Bay. The town was small but colorful. Houses were painted white, yellow, and light blue. Small cafes stood near the road. People walked slowly. Some laughed, some talked loudly. Seagulls flew above. The bus stopped near the town center. "This is Blue Bay," the driver said. Tom stood up. His legs felt weak, but his heart felt strong. He stepped off the bus and looked around. The sea was close, very close. He could hear waves. He could smell salt. The sound made him feel calm. "This is real," Tom said softly. He checked the address of the guest house on his phone. It was not far. He started walking. As he walked, he noticed details. Wooden benches near the sea, small boats moving slowly, people sitting and talking. A street musician played soft music. Tom smiled without thinking. After 10 minutes, he reached a small house with blue windows. A sign read, "Lane's Guest House." He knocked on the door. An old woman opened it. She had gray hair and kind eyes. "Yes?" she asked. "Hello," Tom said. "I'm Tom. I have a reservation." She smiled warmly. "Ah, yes, you must be the young man from Stonebridge. Come in." Her name was Mrs. Lane. Inside, the guest house was clean and cozy. The walls were light blue. The air smelled like tea. "This town is quiet but alive," Mrs. Lane said. "You will like it here." "I already do," Tom replied honestly. She showed him his room. It was small but bright. There was a bed, a desk, and a window facing the sea. Tom put his bag down and walked to the window. The sea was right there. Waves moved slowly. The sun touched the water. Seagulls cried in the sky. Tom felt something change inside him. That evening, he walked along the beach. The sand was cool under his shoes. The sky turned orange and pink. People sat in silence, watching the sunset. Tom sat down too. "I left everything behind," he thought, "but maybe I found something new." Fear was still there, but hope was stronger. And this was only his first day in Blue Bay. Tom stayed on the beach until the sun was almost gone. The sky slowly became darker. Orange colors turned into pink, then purple, and finally deep blue. The sea reflected the last light of the day. Waves moved gently, and the sound was calm and steady. Tom breathed deeply. The air felt cool and fresh. It was very different from Stonebridge. There, the air felt heavy and still. Here, everything felt open. This place feels alive, Tom thought. People around him slowly left the beach. Some walked home. Some went to cafes. The streetlights turned on one by one. Their yellow light reflected on the wet sand. Tom stood up and started walking back to the guest house. As he walked, he noticed small details. A couple laughed near a cafe. A fisherman cleaned his net near a boat. A dog ran happily along the shore. Tom smiled again. He did not force it. It came naturally. When he arrived at the guest house, Mrs. Lane was sitting in the small living room. She was drinking tea. "Did you enjoy the sea?" she asked. "Yes," Tom said. "It's beautiful. Very calm." She nodded. "The sea listens. When people are tired, they come to the water. It helps them think." Tom liked her words. Mrs. Lane showed him the kitchen. "You can use this if you want to cook, or there's a small restaurant down the street. Simple food, but good." "Thank you," Tom said. Tom decided to eat outside. He walked to the small restaurant Mrs. Lane mentioned. It was called Sea Corner. Inside it was warm and friendly. Wooden tables, soft lights, and quiet music filled the space. Tom sat alone at a table near the window. He ordered fish and rice. While waiting, he looked around. People talked calmly. Some smiled at him. Nobody seemed rushed. When his food arrived, Tom ate slowly. The fish was fresh and tasty. He realized he was very hungry. Traveling always made him tired. After dinner, Tom paid and walked back to the guest house. The town was quiet now. The sound of the sea followed him everywhere. In his room, Tom sat on the bed. He opened his bag and took out his family photo. He looked at it for a long time. "I miss you," he said softly. "But I need to do this." He put the photo on the small table near the bed. That night, Tom could not sleep easily. The bed felt strange. The sounds were new. Waves, wind, and distant voices filled the air. He closed his eyes and thought, "What if I don't belong here? What if I fail again? What if this is only a dream?" Then he remembered how empty his old life felt. "I am here now," he told himself. "That matters." Slowly, Tom fell asleep. The next morning, sunlight filled the room. Tom opened his eyes and forgot where he was for a moment. Then he saw the blue walls and the sea outside. "I'm in Blue Bay," he said with a small smile. He got out of bed and opened the window. Cool air entered the room. Seagulls flew across the sky. The sea looked calm and bright. Tom washed his face and got dressed. He went downstairs for breakfast. Mrs. Lane was already awake. "Good morning," she said. "Did you sleep well?" "Yes," Tom replied. "It felt different but good." She gave him tea and bread. "What are your plans today?" Tom thought for a moment. "I want to look for work and maybe explore the town." Mrs. Lane nodded. "That is a good plan. Blue Bay is small, but there are opportunities. People help each other here." After breakfast, Tom left the guest house. He walked through the streets slowly. He did not rush. He wanted to feel the town. He passed small shops. A bakery smelled sweet. A bookstore stood near the corner. Tom stopped and looked at the window. Old books and postcards were inside. "I might come back here," he thought. As he walked, he noticed a notice board near the town square. Papers were pinned to it. Job offers, events, messages. Tom stepped closer and started reading. One paper caught his eye. "Cafe by the Sea is looking for staff. No experience needed. Ask inside." Tom's heart beat faster. "This could be my chance," he thought. He stood there for a moment. Fear returned. His hands felt cold. What if they say no? What if I'm not good enough? Tom took a deep breath. "I didn't come here to be afraid," he said quietly. He folded the paper in his mind and looked at the cafe across the street. The door was open. Tom stepped forward. Tom stood in front of the cafe for a few seconds. The sign above the door said Café by the Sea in blue letters. Inside, he could hear soft music and quiet voices. His heart beat fast. This is it, he thought. I must try. Tom opened the door and stepped inside. The cafe was bright and warm. Sunlight came through large windows. Wooden tables stood near the walls. Some people were drinking coffee. Some were talking quietly. The smell of coffee and fresh bread filled the air. A woman stood behind the counter. She looked about 35 years old. She had brown hair tied back and kind eyes. She was cleaning cups. Tom walked closer. His hands felt a little shaky. "Excuse me," Tom said. The woman looked up and smiled. "Yes?" "I saw the notice," Tom said, "about work." Her smile became wider. "Ah, yes, we're looking for help." Tom felt a little relief. "My name is Tom." "I'm Anna," she said. "Please sit, we can talk." Tom sat at a small table near the window. Anna brought 2 cups of coffee and sat across from him. "So, Tom," she said, "tell me about yourself." Tom took a breath. "I came from Stonebridge. I worked in an office before. I needed a change. I wanted a quieter life." Anna nodded. "I understand. Many people come to Blue Bay for that reason." "I don't have cafe experience," Tom added quickly, "but I learn fast, and I work hard." Anna smiled again. "Experience is good, but attitude is more important. Can you be kind to people?" "Yes," Tom said. "I think so." "Can you come on time?" "Yes." "Can you listen and help?" "Yes," Tom said again, more confident now. Anna laughed softly. "That sounds good to me." Tom blinked. "Really?" "Yes," Anna said. "You can start tomorrow morning. We will try for 1 week. Then we decide." Tom could not hide his smile. "Thank you. Thank you very much." "You're welcome," Anna said. "Blue Bay welcomes new beginnings." Tom left the cafe with light steps. The town looked brighter now. Even the sea seemed to shine more. "I have a job," he whispered to himself. "I really have a job." He walked to the beach and sat on a bench. He watched the waves and thought about his old life. Long days in the office, gray walls, silence. "That life is behind me," he said quietly. In the afternoon, Tom walked around town again. He wanted to learn the streets. He wanted to feel like he belonged. He met a fisherman named Mark. Mark waved at him. "You're new," Mark said. "Yes," Tom replied. "Welcome," Mark said. "Blue Bay is slow, but it's honest." "I like that," Tom said. In the evening, Tom returned to the guest house. Mrs. Lane was watering flowers. "You look happy," she said. "I got a job," Tom said proudly. Her face lit up. "That is wonderful news. I knew Blue Bay would be good to you." That night, Tom sat in his room and wrote in a notebook. He wrote about the cafe, about Anna, about the sea. "I am scared," he wrote, "but I am also hopeful." He closed the notebook and lay down. The sound of waves felt friendly now. Tom fell asleep quickly. Tomorrow, a new chapter would begin. Tom woke up early the next morning. The sky outside his window was soft pink and orange. He could hear birds and the distant sound of the sea. For a moment, he stayed in bed and listened. "Today is my first day," he thought. His stomach felt a little tight. He was nervous, but also excited. Tom got up, washed his face, and put on clean clothes. He chose a simple shirt and dark pants. He wanted to look neat but comfortable. Before leaving the room, he looked at himself in the mirror. "You can do this," he said quietly. Downstairs, Mrs. Lane was already awake. She was setting the table. "Good morning," she said. "You are up early." Yes, Tom replied. It's my first day at the cafe. She smiled warmly. That is good. Eat something before you go. Tom sat down and ate bread with butter and jam. He drank a cup of tea. He did not eat much, but it helped. Good luck, Mrs. Lane said as he stood up. Thank you, Tom replied. Outside, the air was cool and fresh. The town was quiet. Shops were still closed. Only a few people walked on the street. Tom walked slowly toward the cafe. When he arrived, Anna was already there. She was opening the windows. Good morning, Tom, she said. Good morning, Tom replied. Come in, Anna said. I will show you what to do. Inside the cafe, everything looked different in the morning light. The tables were empty, the floor was clean, the smell of coffee was strong. First, Anna said, we clean the tables and set them. She showed Tom how to place cups, plates, and spoons. Tom watched carefully and copied her movements. Like this? He asked. Yes, Anna said. That's good. After that, she showed him the coffee machine. It looked big and noisy. Don't worry, when she saw his face. You will learn step by step. Tom nodded. I will try my best. Soon, the first customers arrived. An old man came in and sat near the window. Good morning, Anna, he said. Good morning, Peter, Anna replied. Tom stood behind the counter watching. Tom, Anna said, this is Peter. He comes every morning. Nice to meet you, Tom said. Peter smiled. Welcome to Blue Bay. More people came in. Some wanted coffee, some wanted tea, some wanted bread. Tom tried to remember everything. Sometimes he forgot where things were. Once he gave sugar instead of salt. Oh, he said quickly, sorry. Anna laughed softly. It's okay. First days are like this. At one table, a woman asked, Can I have a coffee with milk, please? Tom nodded. Yes, one moment. His hands shook a little, but he did it. When he brought the coffee, the woman smiled. Thank you, she said. You're welcome. That smile made him feel better. During a quiet moment, Anna spoke to him. You are doing well, she said. You listen and you try. Thank you, Tom said. I was afraid I would be very bad. No, Anna said. Everyone starts somewhere. At noon, the cafe became busy. Tom felt tired, but he did not stop. He cleaned tables, took orders, and carried cups. At one point, he dropped a spoon. It made a loud sound on the floor. Tom froze. His face turned red. Anna looked at him and smiled. Pick it up, no problem. Tom breathed again. When the rush ended, Tom sat down for a short break. His feet hurt. His hands felt warm. But inside, he felt proud. I did not run away, he thought. I stayed. Anna brought him a glass of water. Good job today, she said. Tom smiled. Thank you, I like it here. Outside, the sea was calm. Sunlight moved on the water. Tom looked at the window and felt something new. Belonging.